Thank you for joining us. Let's add some steam. Woo-hoo.
Woohoo, steamy.
Woo-hoo. Welcoming. Thank you everybody for joining another cooking session. And if you can please put yourself on mute. For some reason we now see Lisa. Hello, Lisa. I just see a big picture of Lisa. Okay, now it's different. Okay. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. As you come in, you should be on mute, so you can unmute if you have a question. I'd like to welcome everybody. My name is Taina. I have a website, taina.com, and a labradoodle and somebody at the door.
Perfect timing.
With me today is 4 other countries. I represent Germany. And so we have Rina here with us representing Mexico. Woo-hoo. Then we have Roslaine here today representing Brazil. And Tiffany, again, representing Taiwan.
Hi, everyone.
And then, oh, hold on. And then we have, I need to take care of that now. Thank you. And Gwen from Australia.
Hi.
With us as well. So I'm just going to try and go live on Facebook. And in the meantime, I'm handing it over to Gwen, who will welcome you to our little cooking club. And today it's all about the Varoma, as the Italians say, because it's vapor and aroma. And so many are not even using their Varoma. And exactly for those people, we put together a few different dishes and a few different tricks. And I hope that you will enjoy it. And over to Gwen.
Hi. live Zoom cooking at its best. So I'm going to get straight into it, aren't I, Taina? No messing around.
Yes.
So today I am going to make jam, which has been my favourite pastime over the past few months because I haven't made jam in your Varoma yet. It's amazing. It's like a deal breaker. I have been making fresh jam. This is raspberry. I've made blackberry. I've made mixed berries. I've made kumquat jam. I've made quince paste. You name it. I've been right into it. And I discovered that you can sterilize your jars in the Varoma at the same time as making your jam, which is so much easier than going to the oven, putting it in and all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to show you how I do that today. I have already put in here all of my ingredients. So what I've got is, and it's been soaking in the fridge actually, so the sugar's sort of crystallized a bit. There is lemon juice, raspberries, and sugar. And my little tip is, if you like a tarty jam, I increase the lemon and decrease the sugar. And it's a real winner in our house. And I also have been donating it to friends who run a coffee shop out near Eagle Rock. And they've been doing it, you know, tough, closing down and everything. So I've been donating my jam, so it's on their menu. It's very exciting. Okay, so now with all the ingredients in the jug, I am going to pop the Varoma on top instead of the steaming basket. So if you were doing this without sterilising the jams, you would just put the steaming basket on top. But I'm going to pop the Varoma on. Oh, let me explain to you how I've done this. I've lined it with wax paper because if you don't, through the holes will be the jam coming out. So then your jars will have some jam on it. Doesn't matter if you forgot because it wipes off but it's just easier to do that. So I'm going to place them down in the thing like that, and then I'm just going to sort of cover it up just so that the steam can rise. So I'm going to pop that on top and then pop the lid on. Don't worry about the tray. You don't need the tray. Just pop the lid on. I'm going to press next. It's going to go for 25 minutes on speed 1. So that's, you can pop the lids in, but the rubber, it just doesn't need to be exposed to the heat for as long as the jars do. So I put them in a little saucepan, and I usually like bring the water to a boil and pop that on for about 5 to 10 minutes. That is sterilizing your jars, guys. That is how easy it is. No skilling today, Taina.
Very easy. And I mean, there are so many other ways that we can use the Thermomix to sterilize. Baby bottles. Just think of baby bottles. Just think of the steamer that most of us new mothers had. This is something that you can just eliminate. And here's another great tip in regards to sterilizing. Now, especially in the time that we are in, your cloth masks, you can also just put the temperature on Varoma and pump them into the Varoma for 20 minutes, speed 1, and then you will have your mask, let me say steam clean. I do not want to put my hand in the fire to say they're sterilized, but at least they're steam cleaned, and just to give it a quick refresher. So the Thermomix doesn't only cook, it can also clean. So that's quite handy. So your Varoma is going, Gwen? Your jam is going?
Going, it will steam. We can cross over to me halfway through if you want. If you don't, we'll come to the end. Do you want me to tell you what else? I mean, I sterilize my jars for ginger paste, another recipe on the Cookidoo, or Cookidoo, sorry, garlic paste, obviously the stock paste. I had chilies, so I just blitzed up the chilies. I mean, I am blitzing anything that I can find, because sterilising jars used to be a headache for me. And then since I discovered that, I just sterilise my jars.
It looks like you're well suited for a pandemic. You're well equipped. Your pantry is stocked.
Self-sufficiently stocked.
Thank you so much. We'll
soon.
switch over to Taiwan. Tiffany, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Hello, everyone.
Awesome. What will you share with us today? Last time, for the ones that followed us last session, Tiffany made the amazing mantou buns and the little hedgehog shape. So go to my YouTube channel, Taina Mix, for the recording. You can see Tiffany doing the steamed buns. And what will you cook for us today, Tiffany?
Today I'm going to make a 3-course. So there will be a steaming egg in there, and then there will be a mouth-watering spicy chicken, and of course we need some veggie. So it's a garlic butter veggie, and then inside you will have the rice, of course, and then by the end I will use the soup to make a miso soup. So starting now, I'm going to make the steamed egg. Before I start, let everybody know you need that your egg mixture run through it, the sifter, so your egg will be really good. It's like a baby skin on the top. So just let it run through.
And Tiffany, is this a Taiwanese dish or a Chinese dish that you are doing?
I would say it's a Chinese dish. Taiwanese people eat it, but we all consider we're Chinese. I'm from Taiwan, so I say I'm Taiwanese. It's a Chinese dish. And then when I steam the egg, some tips as well. I I will use a chicken stock instead of just water to do the mixture. So the steamed egg will have a much flavorful taste of it. And then other than that, I will prepare some colorful either a vegetable, and my kids love shrimp, but don't dump them in the very beginning. My suggestion is when you steam it in here, in the last 5 minutes, you tap on all these veggies. For shrimp, it will need, if you are thinly sliced, like mine, it's not too big, very thin. It will take 5 minutes is more than enough. So in the last 5 minutes, just put them in. So that's the first dish. I'm going to put it aside, and then this is the chicken. So because it's just a steaming chicken breast, my suggestion is anything with steaming, it will has a really good sauce with it, or you need to marinate it. So it would be better overnight. So your meat or your fish will soak on the flavor. So after steam, the flavor is in there. If you didn't marinate and then just steam it, sometimes you will lose some taste of it. And then for my third dish is a steaming vegetable. So what I always do is, it's your choice. You can use parchment paper, or like today, I'm actually using foil paper. Some reason, first, it's much easier for you to manage it, to fold it up, and then also the reason I steam my veggie with a foil paper is I want to leave a small opening on the top. With foil paper, it's much, much easier for you to do so. So these are my veggies.
So you're building kind of a funnel, sounds like.
That's correct. That is correct.
Like a chimney. And thank you for your question. We will send all of the recipes out tomorrow probably, or the day after, with a recording of the session, and then you can steam all of the ingredients and all of the dishes that we're showing to you.
Okay, for the vegetable, I always make this. So easy to make. I always put garlic butter. So with your thermi, you have to do it. It's just butter with fresh garlic. If you really don't have time, that is fine. Don't panic. Just get a butter with garlic salt. But before you tap it on, mix it with anything you have. Just mix the butter with the garlic salt, and then put them up on the veggie that you're going to steam. Then your veggie will so flavorful. That's what I'm going to do now. So this is what I do.
And the beauty of the Thermomix is that it keeps all of the nutrients in the food. It keeps the flavor, it keeps the nutrients, and it keeps the color. And I usually feel that it intensifies the color of the vegetables.
Right. And then when you are steaming, the other thing to remind everybody is we always want to make sure the steam will escape from the whole here. So both of the layers got enough heat to cook our food. You can use anything, either a trivet or either a spoon, that is fine. If you cannot find them, your butterfly whisk works just fine. So I just laid out my chicken. My chicken is only just marinate with sea salt. And then sometimes I will soak them in a salted water, because with salted water, the chicken will absorb the juice. When you steam, after the steam, the chicken will stay really juicy. And that's my vegetable. Just put it on the side. And then on top, it's my steamed egg. And the last trick I have to say is, when you really don't have enough time, if you want to shorten your cooking time, I would suggest you using hot water. So during the time I'm preparing all these, use your Thermomix. We have a viewing function for a keto to cook a pot of hot water. That will dramatically reduce your cooking time by at least 20%. So this recipe actually called for 25 minutes, but because of my hot water, I actually just boil it in there. It will be shorter. It will take about only 20, even 18 minutes. And then for the rice, my measurement is I always put the rice in. Remember, your basket, you can just wash your rice right in your basket. You don't need to use another tool. You can just wash it, but not quinoa. Quinoa is too small. Speaking of quinoa, if you want to cook a quinoa with your rice, I learned something. You have to put your quinoa actually in the center of your rice. Otherwise, your quinoa will escape. They will just run away from your basket. So if you're going to cook quinoa, remember to put your quinoa in the center of the rice. And the other thing is, because I'm cooking Japanese rice, so it has a lot of starch. So when you are cooking, you will notice there's water coming out, kind of like liquidy coming up, even to your Varoma tray. Don't panic. All you need to do, just turn your speed up. Normally, when we steam, we always say use your speed 1. But if you're really seeing something dripping down on the side, just turn up the speed. You can go all the way to 3.5 or 4. Then you will notice the water will just come down. It's all because of the starch. So don't worry. Now I'm going to pour in the hot water. And then my measurement is the water should be right on top of your rice. And then that will do it. That will cook you a perfect rice.
There's also beautiful recipes where you can mix the rice with like a turmeric curry mixture, garlic, and then you have deliciously flavored rice. And I apologize for the construction that's going on right next to my kitchen. Perfect planning.
Okay, now I'm going to cook it. And then this up. I'm going to steam for a good 18 to 20 minutes. And then in the last 5 minutes, remember, you have your veggie here. You need to tap it up on your steam egg. We will come back to my kitchen in 25 minutes.
Excellent. If anybody has questions to Tiffany, just put it in the chat, and then we'll try to answer all of your questions. Thank you, Tiffany. Your kitchen is going to get steamy. And we have, next up, Roslaine. Brazil, can you hear me? Brazil needs to go off mute.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes, I
Okay.
cannot see you.
Today, yes. Can you see me?
No.
No?
Oh, you know what? I think
Yes.
you're using the
You are
microphone.
using, yes.
Ah,
Okay, let me change.
okay.
On. Now is everything okay?
Perfect.
Okay. Today I want to show you a very popular dessert in Brazil. The name is quindim.
And please say that again.
Yeah, quindim. Try it. Now, many people, they call Brazilian coconut pudding. It's so delicious. You can find in any places in Brazil. And I will show you how easy it is to cook with the Thermomix. Okay, now we start. The beginning, you need to have this and put butter and sugar and keep apart. And after, that is so easy, step by step. Now we put sugar. We have sugar here. I have the recipe in Portuguese, but you can Google it and translate in English.
And you can use the phone and do the Google Translate and hold that up to the Thermomix. Or you can already hit the translate function when you're looking at a specific recipe in your browser.
Yeah, it's so easy. Now we have 200 grams in coconut milk that we add here with the sugar. And you go next. We have 15 yolks.
That's a lot of chicken.
But yes, but today morning I use just 5, and you can reduce like 1/3 part or 2/3 part.
So what are you doing with 15 egg whites?
Maybe
Meringue.
a meringue, yes. And you know how easy is the meringue in the Thermomix.
Exactly.
Now we go just 1 minute to mix. Then speed 4. And keep the temperature in 37 degrees Fahrenheit, no, Celsius, because all the recipe here is in Brazilian method.
How long does it mix for?
How long? Just 1 minute.
Okay, 1 minute.
Yeah. And after you add the coconut, you can see, you can buy the coconut more thin or big pieces like this.
And is this a typical dessert, Roslaine, in Brazil? Because I had never heard of it.
Yeah, we have flan that is very popular. We have passion fruit, can I say souffle? No? Or mousse, yes. Passion fruit mousse or strawberry mousse. And we have quindim is very popular. And another one for birthday that you know already is brigadeiro. It's condensed milk with chocolate and butter, and you can prepare the Thermomix and it's the perfect time. Okay, now it's just add the coconut that I showed you before.
And I see that you have the new lid of the bowl, the lid. You don't have to take it off, but you can just
no, it's
flip
so
it
easy.
open.
It's so convenient now. Now I forgot the last ones and I'm just using this one. And now for 15 seconds, the speed 2.5, just to mix the eggs, the coconut milk, sugar, and the coconut.
There's a real funny coconut song that my kids love, and it was viewed 100 million times. And they say the coconut is not a nut, it's a fruit.
Now I can show you how easy. Look, can you see? And now you just put here. I need to do it. You need to wait for me now. Because if you use 15 eggs, you have 15s. And now, let me put here. Don't fold it. Just add until half.
Just half.
Can you see?
Yes. And you said there was also a recipe that used an oven. So you can either steam them or do them in the oven?
Yes. It's very similar. Normally, I use the oven. It's the first time that I made on steam, but it's easy.
And then the steam time, I think it's 18 minutes.
Yes, 18 minutes.
18 minutes.
And after you need to wait like 10 minutes to be cold, and you can enjoy it.
So it seems like Rose loves the quindins. Delícia. Yes. And I would love to hear where everybody is from. I love that the Thermomix community is so international. And let me know where you're from. Let us know where you're from, which country, city you are from. It's always nice to see this international community come together and we all learn. We all learn.
Let me just add 1 liter of water.
Dallas in the house. Awesome. Oh, Italy. Very nice. That's the beauty of the Zoom calls is previously when we had cooking classes, it was usually LA, but now it's Now it's the rest of the world. Oh, Natalia, originally from Switzerland. This morning I had a cooking experience where I had people from Redondo Beach and London on the same phone call. Oh, San Francisco.
Yeah, oh, nice.
Awesome.
Now you just do this.
Lima, Peru.
Bienvenidos.
Bienvenidos.
And now 18 minutes and see you very soon with my dessert ready for all of you. I have portions enough.
Obrigada.
Okay.
And it looks like Rina is ready to go. Let me unmute you. Rina, can you hear us? Oh, we have Poland in the house too. Awesome. We're from everywhere. I like it. Oh, sunny Seattle. Good for you. LA is very cloudy today. Rina, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. How are you, everyone? Welcome this afternoon. We're going to do something really what I love. It's really easy and also very cheap. And we use Varoma. We're going to do pan de brioche al vapor. So that means brioche, steamed brioche bread.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give you a quickly thing to do. We're going to start cooking and we're going to put 45 grams of milk. 45 grams of milk for a bread. Can you believe that?
That's not a lot.
Okay, then the next one is yeast. I prepared my yeast already. So I'm going to dump it here. 15 grams of yeast. You can use also the dry active yeast and make it out. It's really easy.
So you are using the fresh yeast?
Yeah.
Where do you buy that?
Whole Foods.
You do?
Yes, and San Clemente. Yes.
Oh, I thought it was illegal in the US because it's a
No.
living, dangerous thing.
No. No,
Oh,
you
okay.
can do that. And also I'm working in my own live yeast, made it with an apple and distilled water. And I'm so excited because I love to do that.
Excellent. Lisa says she has a starter if anybody wants. And if anybody
Yes.
wants to do their own starter, we now have a new Cookidoo collection where you literally make your own starter. Pretty cool.
So we're gonna put this for a minute. And I can tell you, this bread needs to be raised for an hour after we do that. And then we're gonna put it in the Varoma, and we're gonna finish with a beautiful cake, beautiful bread, very soft, very moist. We're gonna see in a second. We're gonna finish with the recipe, but yes, you can use your own starter, and also you can use the dry yeast. And Whole Foods sells these fresh yeast in a blue package. It's like this. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes. I have a few kids.
Freeze! I was freeze!
No, I have a few kids in their background, so I'm going on mute.
Okay, so the next ingredient for this bread is really, really cheap too. Only 2 eggs.
Oh, you're daring. You're cracking the eggs right into the Thermomix.
Yep.
You look like a pro. I crack, because I'm not a pro, I crack my egg into the measuring cup, make sure there's no eggshells in it, and then I add it to my bowl. So you can do it either way.
Yes. Then 250 of flour. I'm gonna put it like this. It's already measured. And then the next is 30 grams of sugar.
Wheat bread.
Mhm. And then we need also half teaspoon salt. And then we're going to do this for 2 minutes. So if anybody has a question, you can use this bread with jam, with butter, by itself. It's just easy and fun. And I'm not a pro, I'm just cracking the eggs that way because I learned science long time ago by my mother how to do that. But I'm not a pro. This is what is making miracles. This is what is making magic.
Rina, can you repeat the name of the recipe that you are making, please?
Yes, sure. The name of the recipe complete is pan de brioche al vapor.
So it's a brioche, a steamed brioche bread.
Uh-huh.
And I will share it in an email to you with the link to Cookidoo.
I don't need to use my Google Translator, but who need it, please do it. It's really easy to use it.
Yes, it's magic. So we're just waiting for Cookidoo to translate, for Thermomix to translate. But I think it's only a slight software switch. So hopefully in the future, we'll be able to cook all of the recipes, 58,000 in the meantime.
Can be really awesome. Every time is better and better and better. 26 seconds.
So it's currently kneading the dough?
It's kneading the dough. Exactly. That's what I'm going to start to say. Remember, it goes and then goes back.
Yeah,
and
because
then
it goes backwards and forward, or clockwise and counterclockwise.
Yes. So, kneading in Spanish is amasar.
Amasar. Everybody repeat. Amasar.
Yes. Then we have to add butter. 50 grams of butter. Meanwhile, the next step. Oh boy. So I have to do kneading again, and I'm gonna toss the butter.
What I would love to hear from everybody attending right now, is there anybody who would out themselves as a non-Varoma user? Is there anybody out there who's brave enough to say, I don't use it?
Okay, right after this step,
Oh, twice.
we're gonna leave the dough, rest in the base for an hour. We don't gonna do that, don't scare. And then,
There's also a way of proofing your dough in the Thermomix. That's another great use of the Varoma. And Tiffany, maybe you can share later on how to best do that. I know you do that.
well, I prepared already the mold to put and be sure fix in the Varoma.
Is that a specific Thermomix mold that you are using, or is it just a regular available mold?
This is from Williams Sonoma.
Oh, okay, good.
And this is the 8 inches.
8 inch,
Okay.
I'll write that down.
Yes. And it's really good because it's ceramic and metal. So you place it there, so it needs to be fitting.
And it doesn't cover the hole, that's why the steam is still able to go around the bowl.
Exactly, exactly.
So you could do pudding in there as well, steamed pudding.
Yes. Okay, that is done. Yes. Next.
And as you just saw Rina do it, you don't have to wait till the very end. You can just interrupt a step when you think it's already done and go to the next step.
Yes, because I was looking, the butter has been melted into the dough.
Mhm.
So you don't have to really wait the minute.
And Rina, what would you say the pan is made out of?
It's ceramic
Ceramic.
and aluminum. You
With
can see
ceramic aluminum?
Uh-huh.
Interesting. Maybe I'll check and I see if I can find something that I can put into the notes.
Okay, yes. This one works perfectly for me. I use it in my oven, I use it in my air fryer, and I use it in my Thermomix too.
Natalia wants to know which section of the whole food did you find the fresh yeast?
That should be in the dairy products.
Okay.
In the refrigerator.
Oh, of course, it has to be kept cold because it's alive.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. See, we're all looking for the same things. Quark, as a German, I'm always looking for quark and fresh yeast.
Yes, that's what you can do. Now we're gonna transfer the dough to the pan. And the dough is really easy. It's becoming like little threads.
It's a bit sticky though. It doesn't look as dry as the pizza dough.
It is not. Look and see. It's not.
Okay.
Okay.
Because with the pizza dough, when you have the right amount, it just comes out and there's no residue. So there's a little residue.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, I made it already once for you guys.
So you can show us the final product?
Yes.
So how much would you steam this bread at? Or for how, I assume Varoma, but what's the speed and what's the duration?
It's velocity 1, and that timing is 45 minutes on Varoma.
Okay.
So that's gonna be.
It's like a cooking show. Ta-da! Nice. And it's even a little brown. So this was not in the oven?
Yes, I put it in the fryer for 5 minutes, air fryer. After
So
it's done, because it's becoming in this color.
Right.
But this brownish, goldish thing, it's
the crust.
delicious. Yes, the crust. You make the crust, and then you can see how soft it is.
And what would you serve the brioche with? Ooh, that looks great. So airy.
Yes, very.
How would you eat it? Just as it is, just by itself, or would
do
you
it
add?
with that. You can do it. You can put some butter on top. Any kind of butter. The cilantro butter is great, by the way.
Yeah.
You can put salty or sweet.
Okay. Great.
It's just the best bread and cheaper bread I can get ever. My family loves it. And also,
you don't even need an oven.
No, you don't need an oven because you do it in the Varoma.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Rina. I have had my Thermomix for 4 years. I've never steamed bread. So that's going to be on my list to try. And brioche is a bread that most children really like.
Look.
Super fluffy.
Yes. So you can use sweet or salty or neutral. And with soups is delicious, delicious.
Excellent. Great. Thank you so much, Rina. Thank you to Mexico in Orange County.
Thank you.
Thank
Love
you
you,
for
girls.
sharing. Thank you for sharing. One thing that maybe Rina, you could go on mute. What I would like to share with you now is an exciting new feature of the Cookidoo. I'm not sure who heard about it, but I wanted to share it with you. And for that, I need to share my screen. Okay, hold on. Just need to switch around. Share my screen. Share. Can you see my Cookidoo? Hello, Taina. What would you like to cook today? It's so nice when your computer greets you. So what I would like to cook today is a curry. Well, I would not like to cook it today, but I would like to cook it tomorrow. I take the United States out, and then, oh, I get the German curry salad, carrot salad. So I'm just gonna choose English only. There's 455 curry results. And let's say I wanna do the chicken tomorrow. And then I'd like to do the portobello. Ooh, that looks good. Coconut raita. I haven't seen that recipe. I want to do that Friday. And the lamb curry, I'm just going to cook that on Saturday. And I hope most of you are familiar with the feature of our weekly plan. And from the weekly plan, we can, oh, and here's a steaming recipe to clean your jars in German. And so here, you know that we have the wonderful function of shopping cart. So I'm adding these dishes to my shopping cart. And I'm also adding the curry lamb to my shopping cart. And I'm going to see what my ingredients are. Hello. And now I can view it by recipe, or, which is easier when you're in the store, by category. You can check off all of the ingredients that you have. So, you know, water I have at home, lentils, rice. And you can now, ta-da, order your ingredients. Woo, drum roll, please. It already has my zip code, and you can see that you can choose from a multitude of stores here in the US. So there's Ralph's, Walmart, Albertson, Vons, Amazon Fresh, and Instacart. And it drops all of your ingredients straight into your shopping cart. Now, isn't that an awesome feature? I cannot hear anybody. I hope everybody's
terrific.
Woo-hoo. So this way you can do smart planning, safe shopping, and savvy cooking. How is that? So here you see my shopping list, and Vons is suggesting the specific ingredients, and I will just add them to my cart, and then it'll populate it here. And then I can just go to checkout, and I have all of my ingredients for the next 3 days delivered to my doorstep. Oh, isn't that an awesome feature? We're so thrilled to have it. And for those of you who do not yet have a Thermomix, ask any of us, Rina, Roslaine, Tiffany, Gwen, myself, how you can earn a $49 shipping voucher and how you can earn an attractive host gift, which is currently either $50 off your second mixing bowl, and we all know how much we love the second mixing bowl, or you can receive the sous vide set, the sous vide set and the blade cover. So that is another option. So that would be for free or $50 discount for your second bowl. And a couple of other tricks. Tiffany and Rina, they all already shared many tricks, like using chopsticks underneath. What I also have is I have and hold on. I want to make sure that you see me. So what I have is I have a parchment paper that is cut to the shape of the Varoma tray. And so you just fold it twice and then cut it around and then optimize it to cover the holes, but not the side vents. And this is now my template. So when I have not much to do, I'll just cut a few of those and then I always have it ready to go. So, and if you wet it and crumple it up and spread it apart, it will stick to the Varoma tray much easier. Another tip is also when you're doing the buns, because there is water collecting here in the lid. So it's wise not to put a bun right underneath the middle, otherwise it will get the drippings. And what I also do is when I use my Varoma, I will put like a vent, like a chimney. This is actually from Germany, a Thermomix chimney. Somebody produced this accessory, but if you don't have something like this, you can just use a cookie cutter and place it in your Varoma and then add your items around it, and the cookie cutter will make sure that the steam will escape and arrive here at the Varoma tray. Another thing I'd like to recommend is this amazing cookbook, Fabulous Flavors on Every Level. That's available as a cookbook, but also, of course, in Cookidoo. So this has, I'm not even sure, 70, 80 recipes that are all steamed. So this is a great cookbook to save. And if you don't know how to save an entire collection, oh, hold on, what is going on? You cannot see me? You should see me, my video is on, that's odd. So you can download this to your, thank you, to your Cookidoo as a saved collection. This has many, many steamy recipes. Great, so how are we looking? Who is anybody done with steaming? Just go off mute.
I'm done.
Oh, I'm done too. You go.
Okay, you can go first, don't worry.
Oh no, I was gonna say you can.
Okay, look, here is ready. I just open and I want to show you.
Ooh.
It's so good. And I already opened one. And look how delicious.
It looks just like in the picture.
Yeah, can you see?
Yes, it looks delicious.
Yum, 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 yum.
It's really good. And all the coconut is in the end here.
Ooh.
The bottom. And now I have enough. If you want to come, you are welcome.
Yes.
What is your address?
And Taina, I just want to say, when I cook fish, that I used to put the fish here, and I don't want the juice go down, I use this one. And it's so helpful.
Well,
Because you have space to come the Varoma.
This is the perfect size for the Varoma tray. Is this a Thermomix tray?
No, I bought at Amazon.
Oh, wow. Maybe
I can send you the link.
Maybe you can share the link and I will put it into the email.
Yeah, and another thing, when I cook feijoada, is another dish from Brazil. I used to cook the feijoada here, and I cannot put the net inside for the rice. I cook the rice here, and I close with aluminum paper, and I put inside the Varoma, and it's perfect. It's really good. I have this one that is normal size, and for dessert, because we are just two in Brazil, I bought a mini one.
Oh, cute.
To use of this. It's really helpful.
Very nice. But it's nice to know that with the Varoma, you don't have to use any additional accessories, but if
Yes.
you want to use them, they're readily available everywhere. You don't have to buy a special Thermomix.
No.
No.
You just need to buy something that fits inside the Varoma, and it's done.
You just need to be inventive. Great.
Yeah.
And make sure you don't eat all of them, Roslaine. We need some for the picture.
Okay. Don't worry. Okay, thank you.
Great. Gwen, Tiffany, how far along is your dish?
How you? Am I on?
Yes, I see and
Okay.
hear you, and I see the Australian flag.
No, this is the British one,
Oh.
actually.
Okay.
It's the top corner of the Australian one, yes. So, here are the jars. They've come off. I took them off because it was ready to go. One of the important steps in making jam, just because, you know, I'm showing you how to make jam, is to test the setting point. So what you do is you put a container in the freezer, and when it finishes, just put a dollop on, and then when it cools, you push down, and if it's bubbling, it means it's pretty much ready to go. I put an extra 2 minutes on this, and it's good. So sometimes you have to put extra time.
And Gwen, remind me, what jam were you cooking?
This is raspberry jam.
Raspberry jam. With fresh raspberries or frozen?
Fresh. Oh no, only fresh raspberries. Every time they're on sale, which is like every time I go now, I buy them. And so here we are, fresh raspberry jam into the sterilized jar, ready to be delivered to my friends at their coffee shop.
That makes a wonderful gift.
And it makes a wonderful gift. Exactly.
Some people call the Thermomix their money maker.
Yeah. So there we are. That's the jam.
That's a jam. You had a jam session.
Let me give you a tip though. Don't forget that the jars are really hot. So don't touch them, because I've done that plenty of times too.
And then, no, Lisa,
No.
I don't think it's the sugar, right?
Any pectin, gelatin, nothing. It's all just natural ingredients, and it lasts. This has been sitting in the cupboard for a couple of weeks. To be honest, our jam doesn't last long, but you just put it in the fridge once you've opened it and broken that seal. So let me tell you the next step actually. Once you've done this, put the lids on, turn the jar upside down and leave it 10 minutes. It comes with the recipe. I had no idea that that's what you did until the recipe told me. And now I'm an expert. Isn't that great?
Can you show the texture, please?
Yeah, it's a little hard to, let me see.
Can you wiggle it?
It starts quite runny.
Mm-hmm. But it thickens. It thickens
as it cools.
As it cools.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, I actually don't have one opened to show you. But yeah, it sets pretty nicely.
Awesome. So you could put your jam on Rina's brioche.
Yes.
Finish it off with the Quindins. And then for dinner, we're turning to Tiffany. Ooh, look at Tiffany. I mean, how did you just magically
That's
make
not
everything
me.
appear? Thank you, Gwen.
Thermomix. I just lay them out. And then just want to let everybody know, after you're done with your cooking with the rice, there will be some juice in there. Don't dump them out. We
No.
Taiwanese love this thing. When we were little, like a baby, our parents only feed us this. They believe it's so nutritious. So in here, I just going to scoop of miso paste. I just put them in, and then some speed, so the miso paste will be dissolved in there. And then, okay, then it dissolves. I'm going to put in just tofu and seaweed.
So what is in the little bowl?
Which one?
The one that you're just putting into the Thermomix? What was in there?
That's seaweed and the tofu. Seaweed and
Seaweed and tofu. Ah, for the miso soup.
Yes,
Ah.
miso soup. So go in there. I'm just going to then reheat to 100 degrees, and then that's it. Because of the tofu, I always use the reverse way, so the tofu will not be, chopped down. And then
I love using the broth, just like you said. I never throw that broth away. Oftentimes I just use it to make a soup or use it in my sauce. This morning I used it in my curry. I used the broth that I steamed rice and vegetables with, and I used that to make my curry. So I'm reusing and I'm adding the flavors in there as well.
That's so nice. And then for the chicken, I just take them out from my foil paper. Something I want to add it on is some people will say it takes me a long time to steam my chicken, my fish. My strategy, I don't want, because I have 3 little ones, I need that time. So every time I want it to happen less than 20 minutes. So 2 things you need to do. First, remember to boil your hot water. Second, for chicken or fish, when you slice them, no thicker than your pinky. If it's thicker than your pinky, it will take much longer. If it's thinner than your pinky, you're good. Everything will be done under 20 minutes, I guarantee. And then for the dramatic, those, because of the texture is slightly different, so those will take slightly longer, even with just pinky thickness. It will take about 21 to 22. Sometimes another trick is when you open it up, give it some knife to cut it through, so the steam will go in. It will also faster the whole cooking process. And then for the chicken, I make some special sauce. I will post it along with Taina's email, so that Taina pass along to everybody. It's a very good sauce that will make your mouth watering because it has vinegar in there. It has soy sauce paste, chili powder, and then chili oil, and then some vinegar. When you just imagine that, your mouth watering. That's why this dish, we call them mouth watering spicy chicken. So we just steam the chicken and then drizzle some of these sauce on top. Then you have your dinner, and these are my dinner tonight. My kids love them. And then because sometimes they complain about too much sauce, what I do a lot is I will put some shredded cabbage underneath the chicken, so the sauce will escape, and then leave the chicken on the top. That's what I do a lot.
And then, can you show the egg? Can you show what the consistency of the egg looks like?
It's amazing. It's a Chinese steaming egg. My mom steams this all the time because sometimes she is tired of cooking. She will have this, and then I will just scoop them in with the rice, stir them, and then just eat them. She will put a lot of vegetables. Sometimes she will put ground pork, and today I'm putting the shrimp to add the color. Because my mom always tell me, you eat with your eyes first. When you see everything so colorful, you eat them. And this is the steamed veggie. Like what I say, I put nothing but the garlic powder. You can make it. You have to make it. It's lifesaver. And then that's the miso soup right here. I'm going to put them out.
And of course, you have the right container for the miso soup.
Yes, of course. And then drizzle some green onion on top. Again, we eat with our eyes first. So when the kids see these, they're hungry. So this is our dinner. I hope you can make it.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And stay, please, so that we can snap a few pictures afterwards.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Can I show you one more time?
I'm sorry. Speaking of the proofing of the bread, somebody asking, I always proof the bread in my Thermomix, use the Varoma tray. So inside the bowl, you just put the water, and then remember, because there is some gate in between here and the tray, so the temperature will be slightly different. What I do all the time, I actually do a sous vide mode, and then I put the temperature to 60, and then just let the water go in there to cook my bread. I put my bread on the aroma basket. Underneath, I line a parchment paper. That's how I proving my bread. I think Taina just asked about that. That's how I prove my bread.
Excellent. And how long did you say?
For proving,
Yes.
30 to 40 minutes, depending on how the yeast works. And remember, every 100 grams of flour, you need 1 gram of yeast. That's what I always remember.
Very good. Another great tip from Tiffany. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So we are on the top of the hour. Perfect timing, everybody. Thank you so very much for attending and hopefully learning. What was that lesson? What do you mean? This was the steaming lesson. Oh, what Tiffany just said. Proofing, how to proof your dough, how to rise your dough using the Thermomix, using the Varoma. And I've never done it. Oh, for every 100 grams of flour, 1 gram of yeast?
1 gram.
Yes. How do you, oh, what was the question? How do you avoid the drip from the lid steam? That's what I mentioned earlier. All you can do, like when you do buns, is put the buns around it, not straight underneath the lid, because the lid will drip some, that's where the moisture collects, and that's when it will, where it will drip down. Thank you. Obrigada. Thank you. Gracias. In Taiwanese, Tiffany.
谢谢.
Oh, 谢谢. Well, of course. We should know that. Thank you, everybody, so much. We hope that you have enjoyed our little session. We hope that you have been able to come away with 1 or 2 new ideas, new inspirations. Let us know what you would like to see next. Maybe we can do favorite recipes of the different countries, or we're flexible. We're flexible. We do whatever is fun. Thank you so much. And I hope we'll see and hear and cook together very soon. Thank you, Gwen. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, Rina. Thank you, Roslaine, for your help. You've been all wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.